I set out to find out what it would take to steal someone's identity, and turns out it's ridiculously easy. And mainly because websites like this exist. This is a data broker's website, and look at the sheer volume of information that it's continuously collecting about us for anyone with a credit card to simply extract. I mean, think about it. You only really need 4 pieces of information to open a bank account. You need a full name, you need an address, you need a telephone number, and then you need either a social security number or a NIS number if you're in the UK, or some sort of a government ID. The first 3 are stupidly easy to get. There are so many websites out there that have this information up for grabs. I mean, we've got white paper, people search, property websites, and a whole bunch more. And thanks to those lovely websites that are out there, let me tell you what happened. A fan actually tracked me down and brought me his laptops for me to fix. Thankfully, it all ended up okay, and he apologized when I explained to him why this wasn't okay. He told me that he simply got my information online and he thought that I had a business repairing these laptops. And he was right. Not about the laptop repair business. He was right about how simple it was to get my information. I found it on so many websites, and I started filling in those forms to get my information removed. And that took for absolute ever. And I thought there's got to be a better way. So I did some Googling and I discovered a company called DeleteMe. And after I told them my story, they actually decided to sponsor this video. They can help you just like they helped me. Now, what DeleteMe does is act as your agent. They crawl through the web to find any references to you and your personal information. Once they find the information, they do all the work on getting it removed. I mean, look how detailed this report is. My personal information was found on 97 different websites. Most of these I've never even heard of. I would never even know to go clean them from those sites. And clearly this would take forever if I had to do it myself manually, one by one by one. What is cool, some of them have already been scanned, have already been cleaned, and they'll continuously scan those sites in case the information pops back in again. It is just ridiculous that all this personal information is floating out there for anyone with a couple of bucks to scoop up. DeleteMe removes all of this kind of personal data. What is also great is that if you find information on some websites that isn't maybe on DeleteMe's radar, simply log that onto their system and then they'll take care of it for you. So if you want to do what I am doing, and everybody should, go to joindeleteme.com/Liron20 and get 20% off their privacy plans with the code Liron20. But the big question remains, how do these websites get all this information in the first place? There are companies that collect information about you with the main reason to sell that information. Every website you visit, every third-party cookie you accept, every purchase you make typically gives these companies more and more data on you. Let's put that into perspective. This is the kind of information that a law enforcement person would need to get a special warrant for, with a specific reason of why they need it. Their stay out of jail card, and one of the reasons they get away with it is because they anonymize the data. They say that whilst they collect a whole bunch of data, it doesn't have the person's name attached to it, so it can't be tracked back. That is absolute nonsense. Did you notice that first report and how much information it had? And besides, according to a study published by Nature Communication, it takes only 15 demographics data points for a person to be identified with a 99.98% accuracy. Okay, so now that I bought this report and I have all this information, if I was a hacker or a scammer wanting to steal your identity, I would try social engineering methods to get you to log into a website and reveal your password or your social security number. How would I do that? Well, my information is targeting people who want to donate to political causes. That gives me a great idea for a phishing site. I could create a phishing site where I could offer a free VIP experience to have lunch with the senator. And all you need to do is enter your social security number for obvious FBI background check. And that kind of makes sense if you think about it. And if this is done right, it is extremely effective. But let's just say I'm a lazy hacker and I don't want to buy these data reports. How else do I get a social security number to steal identity? Simple. I go shopping on the dark web. So I'm obviously not going to tell you which website this is, but I am going to show you that for $3, you can get yourself a whole bunch of social security numbers if you want to, complete with full addresses, zip codes, and their phone numbers, email addresses, and everything in between. If you want to get yourself a whole bunch of credit card numbers, don't worry, the dark web has that for you too. In this particular case, for $20, you can get a whole bunch of credit card information, complete with the expiry date, the CVV number, the holder's address, the city, the zip code, the email, or telephone number. How scary is that dark web? And that was just a small, tiny sliver of it. Now that I have all the information, I could open a bank account in your name. I could take out loans, which I never intend to pay back, and you can have the bill, thank you very much. I could ruin your credit score. And you know who are some of the biggest victims of this identity fraud? It's kids between the ages of 18 and 21. Kids who are old enough to take out a small loan or apply for a college credit card. These scammers know these kids check their TikTok's account and are not checking their credit status. Which brings us to, what can you actually do? Well, number one, you can manually reach out to each of these data brokers' websites and then fill out those application forms and get your information removed. Just don't forget that you got to do it continuously, because that information tends to pop back in again. There are so many of these, and if you don't have the time or the will, DeleteMe is a great service to use. And number two, obviously be careful what information that you make public and post on social media, and what information you share with various websites that you sign up for. Does a website selling a t-shirt really need the last 4 digits of your social security number? What happens in case they get hacked and your information leaks that way? Check your credit report and ensure that no loans that you don't know about are out there. Oh, and whilst you're there, just suspend your credit report. There's no reason for it to remain open. This means that if any time somebody applies for a new credit card and your report is suspended, they're not going to be able to do so. If you need to apply for a new credit card, just unsuspend that report, do the application, and then resuspend it again. And of course, please do not blindly accept all cookies. Click on those links, see if they have third-party cookies, and untick those. Stop these data brokers. Some browsers even have the option to disable all third-party cookies. Do that. And then be super careful on the text messages that you get. Check out this video right over here where I show you how scammers are using a technique to get you to click on their dodgy links. Or check out this video right over here that YouTube thinks you would love. Hit the head down here to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up before you head out, and I'll see you in this video, or in this video, or I'll see you in both. Let's go.